Love him or hate him, there is no doubt that Sigmund Freud was a complex mind whose ideas and theories laid the basis of modern psychology. Since his initial development of psychoanalysis, many psychologists have accepted or rejected his work and further developed branches of psychoanalysis. I found this reading to be somewhat dense and focusing more on the theorists' backgrounds than their actual ideas surrounding psychoanalysis. But despite this, one particular branch of psychoanalysis really intrigued me and personally made the most sense to me. Ego psychology is the branch of psychoanalysis that focuses on ego functions and structures. This branch of thinking was derived from Freud's theories, and his daughter, Anna Freud, was one of the primary developers of ego psychology. In ego psychology, the central role of the ego is to adapt the psyche to an individual's environment. One significant contributor, Heinz Hartmann, is discussed in chapter 13, and his take on psychopathology is the one I would follow if I was a psychotherapist dealing with my own clients. Hartmann's ego psychology viewed psychological development as a problem of adaptation to reality. According to Hartmann, from infancy on, all actions we make are directly influenced by an internal desire and need to adapt to one's physical and psychological realities. This was in direct contrast from Freud's pleasure theory, the idea that all actions are pleasure-based. Hartmann's psychotherapeutic strategy was based on the examination of one's own ego's adaptive functions to a normal environment. In this line of thinking, a failed environment during development is the main factor of psychopathology. If I was dealing with a client myself, I would focus on their early childhood and try to divulge exactly what areas of their environment satisfy their developmental needs and which areas were lacking. I would then use this information to help my client further understand their essentially predisposition trials and tribulations that stem from their early environment. I believe diving deeper into these satisfied and neglected environmental needs can provide insight on psychological issues in adulthood. Hartmann was considered a mixed model theorist, as he combined Freudian ideas with other developing takes. When it comes to the discussion of fate versus free will, I have always kind of been on the fence. I do feel that we have free will in the sense that we can assess our situations and make whatever decision we want to. However, I feel that a large part of our individual lives and realities are the result of decisions that were made for us, whether that be genetics, which parents we were born to, what environment we were born in, or even our own subconscious mental processes. I kind of feel that we are in the backseat in the grand scheme of things. In my opinion, we are all just reacting to what our environment has already given us, though I do not think that behavior is always as predictable as a result. Personalities, priorities, and our own psyches are constantly changing, and behavior will change from person to person.